Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This video we're going to be sifting through some pay dirt and explaining how I go about it. It's not the traditional way, but we'll start out with things that I think are beneficial that you might need. A good LED light is kind of where I start. Sifting screens, bucket of water, of course some pay dirt to be able to go through. Then we're going to need a discard bucket as well for all of the bigger rocks and stuff that we sifted through that might still have sapphires, but most likely we've gotten all of them through this process. I have the second pan underneath the screen to be able to catch the smaller pay dirt, and then tongs, of course, a bucket to be able to hold more of the pay dirt, and a jar to collect the sapphires. So here I'm gonna kind of begin the process, scooping out the pay dirt and putting it into the large sifting screen. This is to kind of eliminate those big rocks that occupy a lot of space. But I do recommend going through all of these rocks. The last couple that I went through, I ended up finding a few larger sapphires because they didn't fit through the screen. One thing I also didn't show in the beginning is a spray bottle. It really helps to find the sapphires when all of these stones are wet. The glassy surface just kind of sits out. So shaking through the screen, I like to spread everything out, and then I'll grab a spray bottle and mist the top and just kind of comb through everything to make sure I'm not missing any spectacular pieces. This batch unfortunately didn't have any big sapphires sitting on the big screen, so we'll just get through some of this stuff. I've tried to speed up the video to not make it a 40-minute video, but yeah, just watch along and I'll try and commentate as interesting things come up. So with nothing in this batch, we're gonna do a second scoop of the pay dirt to try and find any large ones, but also to have enough pay dirt, small stuff to be able to work through for you guys. So yeah, I'll sift through, spray again, and then we're gonna move on to a finer mesh screen and do this same process a little bit more in depth in a moment. So with all the big stones out of the way, we're going to move on to the smaller mesh screen and wash off all this dust and everything that kind of hides the sapphires in our bucket of water. Just shaking it slightly to get all of the debris off, and then we'll put it back over our green bucket and start sorting through them. So it does take me a little while to find a sapphire starting out. This Paydirt's been pretty good to where just about every screen does produce sapphires. This one's still got a little bit of matrix around it. You'll get a closer look here in a second. This is kind of the first one, and then I'll try and speed up the process and show all the noteworthy ones throughout the video. But bear with me, guys. First little sapphire. So once we've gone through all of the stones, we're going to discard this in our already sifted stones. I keep the bucket just in case there is a better sifting process where you're able to kind of dump out your sifting screens upside down and all your sapphires should be right in the middle. I haven't been able to do that yet living in an apartment, so this has been the best method to be able to find stuff. So we just repeat the process after we dump the sifted rocks and continue on searching for the beautiful gems. Spoiler alerts, I do find a red one that I believe is actually a ruby, not a sapphire. I'll slow things down once we get to that point, but oh yeah, right off the bat with this one sapphire right in the middle, just waiting to be picked up. Pretty neat. So some of the telltale signs that I'm looking for when trying to find these sapphires is kind of a glassy, translucent stone. They're very gemmy and kind of have a shimmer to them. A lot of these stones, there are some misleading ones in there that look like quartz almost, but I would recommend that if it is intriguing to you, put it into the collection jar, and when you're done sifting through all your stones, you can look at them again and kind of go through that sorting process that I had made a video of previously of going through stones. This is that red ruby, I'm pretty sure. I try to get it so you can see the translucency, but the second one that I find here in a little bit, you'll be able to see the translucency a bit more. So it's pretty exciting. It is pretty time consuming. Like I said, this video could have been 40 minutes long with the process of going through 2 scoops of the Paydirt. So be ready for labor intensive if you want to try sifting sapphires this way. But yeah, quite a few neat little stones. Hope you guys are enjoying. Please like and subscribe. I am trying to build this channel up a bit so I can do some lives and show you guys some of the projects I'm working on. Not really sure what I'm going to do with YouTube at the moment, but I figure the more people that I can get to see this stuff, the better for now. So this is going to be the last screen that we're going to sift through, and these are always the more exciting ones for me because the sapphires are heavier, so they're going to be on the bottom, and so being the last one, this should be the most sapphires that I find out of the 3 that I sift so far. I'm going to try and slow down when I find those noteworthy ones, of course. And of course, here's the noteworthy red ruby. I'm able to get this one so you guys can see kind of how translucent and glassy it is. That's something you're looking for. Hope you guys enjoy. This one I believe is the one I have at the beginning of the video to show kind of what I've been finding and draw you guys into the video, but definitely one of the greenest pieces that I have and one of the bigger pieces out of this 2 scoops. Well guys, I think that wraps it up for this video. We're just going to go through what all I've collected out of this batch so far. Thanks again for watching the video if you made it this far. And again, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks guys.